time for chapter 27. The next morning, Mom bounds into my room holding a newspaper. "Good morning, Rockstar," she greets me. Guess what? Rockstar. I turn to look at her and my face says, "What? You're famous." Huh? She gets me out of my bed, straps me into my wheelchair, unplugs the MetaTalker from its charger and hooks me up, and then places the morning paper on top of it. There, on the front page of the newspaper, I am, in full color. "Wow," I type. "The article is all about your team winning the competition, but yours is the only picture they used. Interesting, huh? Why me?" Mom smiles quickly. "Because you're unique and wonderful and lots more interesting than ordinary fifth graders, I guess," she says. "The whole article is about you." "Team kids aren't going to like that," I type. "I'm sure they'll be happy for you." No, they won't. "Here, listen to this." She reads me the article. "Spalding Street Elementary's talented academic team of 5th and 6th graders won the local Whiz Kids competition last night with a score of 86 to 85. With stunning skill and knowledge, they answered questions far above their grade level to defeat 7 other teams." "Makes us sound smart," I tapped. "You are," Mom replies. Math questions made me sweat. I start getting clammy under my arms just thinking about them. Mom continues, "Oh, here's the part about you. Listen to this. One outstanding member of the Spalding team is Melody Brooks, an 11-year-old diagnosed with cerebral palsy. In spite of her physical challenges, Melody's, bless me, sneeze. Okay, back up. One outstanding member of the Spalding team is Melody Brooks, an 11-year-old who's been diagnosed with cerebral palsy. In spite of her other physical challenges, Melody's quick and capable mental abilities were able to shine as she led her team to victory." "They're gonna hate me," I type gloomily. Butterscotch, who sleeps in my room, nuzzles my hand. She always seems to know how I feel, but it doesn't help this time. "Oh, don't exaggerate. It's a lovely article, and your friends should be proud of you." "You don't get it," I type. Mom ignores me and proceeds to get me ready for school. 2 blue t-shirts, one to wear and one to pack, just in case. 2 pairs of pants. She never picks out jeans. I decide not to argue. I have a feeling this is not going to be a good day. "What a great photo of you. I'm going to make sure I get extra copies of the paper." She chatters cheerfully as she tugs on my socks and puts on my shoes. "I'm going to make sure everybody at work sees this." Dad has finished dressing Penny, so he brings her into my room. When Penny notices my picture in the paper, she drops Doodle and shouts, "Dee!" She picks up the paper and gives it a big kiss. I bet I'm not going to get reaction like that at school today. Dad leans over and gives me a kiss on the cheek. "I'm so proud I could pop," he says. "I love you, Melody." That makes me get all teary. Just once, I wish I could hug my little sister or tell my dad I love them too. In words, not from a machine. The reaction today at school is just what I expected. Words float out of lips that say nice things to me, but eyes tell the truth. Their eyes are cold, as if I had to beat the reporter over the head and force her to print that picture of me. Even Rose is acting distant. "Nice picture of you in the paper," she says. "Thanks. Should have been a picture of all of us," I type. "I thought so too," Rose replied. I just can't do anything right. I want to be like everyone else. When we get to Mr. Deming's class, he strides in wearing another brand new suit. There must have been a 2-for-1 sale. He has a brand new smile, too. He looks like he's going to explode with happiness. He carries a stack of morning newspapers with him. "I didn't sleep at all last night," he says. "I'm just so proud of our school and our team." He pauses while the class cheers for the quiz team. Rose, Molly, and Claire smile happily. Connor and Rodney take a big bow. A few kids even turn around and smile at me. "Do we get free pizza or something?" Connor blurts out. "Absolutely," Mr. Deming replies. "The principal has declared that next Friday is quiz team day, and the entire school is being treated to free pizza and soda." More cheers from the class, and Connor looks really happy. Mr. Deming continues, "I want to give a special shout out to Melody, who helped us secure our victory. We should give her a special round of applause." He begins the clapping, and the class joins in, but it seems more polite than sincere. I guess I'm not as cool as free pizza. "Who saw the 11 o'clock news last night?" Mr. D asks. About half the kids raised their hand. I missed it because I fell asleep exhausted after we got home. I taped it and put it on my page, he tells us excitedly. But now we must get back to our regular class activities. He seems disappointed. How do we get ready for Washington? Rose asks, obviously not ready to let him do that. Teachers can be so easily distracted. I knew he'd bite on this one. Mr. Deming smiles again and takes a deep breath. We only have 2 weeks to get ready. I've prepared a packet for each of my team champs, he says as he passes out the paperwork. Take it home, bring it back tomorrow without fail. In it, I've included information about how to redeem your free plane tickets, information about our hotel, and the schedule for the days we're in DC. It also gives details about our practice schedule, which starts today. We'll meet every day after school and half a day on Saturday. Saturday, Connor says with disbelief in his voice. I'm worried about that too. A whole half day. If Catherine can't come, how do I go to the bathroom or eat? I'll bring bagels for breakfast, fruit for snacks, and we'll order burgers for lunch, Mr. Deming tells him. Sounds kind of healthy, Connor says, but I'll be there. You skip a practice and you'll get bounced to the alternates, Connor. I'm in this to win, replies Mr. Deming. Why don't you take a couple days off? Rodney says to Connor. I'd be happy to take your place. Slide you out right in a blink. He even seems serious. No way, I'll be there, Connor says. Molly raises her hand. Mr. Deming, do the alternates get to go to Washington also? Absolutely. Should I buy a new dress just in case I get to be on the team? That's up to you, Molly, the teacher replies. Claire raises her hand then. Mr. D, I think I know what Molly's getting at. Since there are 6 people on the DC team instead of 4, which of the alternates are you going to choose? We're going to use a point system, he replies. The students with the 6 highest scores from all of our preliminary rounds will make the final TV team. Does that sound fair? Claire seems satisfied, and she and Molly high-five each other. Mr. Deming finally gets back to regular schoolwork. A study of Spain and Portugal, and I do my best to do nothing to call attention to myself. No weird noises or grunts or kicks for the rest of class. No answers to questions that I really know. I just sit in the back with Catherine and hope this day will pass quickly. I spend the afternoon in room H5 where we watch Tom and Jerry for 3 hours. Can you believe that? After school, Catherine feeds me a pudding cup and some juice before it's time to go to Mr. Deming's room for practice. She frowns as I finish my last sip of juice. What's bugging at you, Melody, she asks. You should be on top of the world, but you're acting like they just popped you in the nose. I type. They don't want me on their team. That's ridiculous. You were the star last night. That's the problem. Without you, they wouldn't have won. I try to explain. They're scared of me. They think I look funny. You never let that bother you before. It's hard to put my feelings into words that come out of my Wetatalker. I know the other kids are uncomfortable with me on the team. There's no other way to put it. My presence was kind of cute at first, maybe okay for a local competition. But for the big game on national TV, this is different. I'm going to make them stand out, and they don't think in a good way. I start typing again. I make them look... I hesitate as I think the word. Then type weird. I make them look weird. You're the smartest person on the team, Catherine said. I also drool. Soda, pack a box of Kleenex. I make funny noises too. Connor farts sometimes, she replies. I smile at that. No more feeling sorry for yourself, young lady. Get down to Mr. D's room and kick some butt. Okay, let's go, I type. We roll down to his room and I'm holding my head high. Well, at least as high as I can when it's not wobbling around. Nobody says anything else about the newspaper article and our practice goes as usual. I answer most of the questions correctly, and by the time Mom picks me up, I'm feeling a little bit better. But I do notice Claire, Rose, and Molly whispering as I leave. Could be about new music, or it could be about me.